We're back, and we are still on Craigslist. We're gonna keep cooking on Craigslist. So we just looked at Atlanta. Now we're gonna look. We're gonna go a little bit further west. We're not going all the way west yet. We got to be systemic about this. We got to have some sort of process. We can't just jump around. We're gonna jump around a little bit, but we're headed west. Okay. And now we're gonna look at Jefferson City, Missouri, and see what in the frick is going on in Jefferson City, Missouri. Although I just realized the radius is 12 miles. Should I zoom out just a little bit? Let's zoom out. Shoot, how far do I zoom out? Because we want density of listings. We don't want to be, overwhelmed with so many listings, but we also don't want to limit ourselves. Jefferson's a big city, right? Jefferson is the capital. We'll do Jefferson City 21 miles radius, okay? And we'll see what that brings in to us. Okay. So, to get a little bit more of an aerial view of Jefferson City, specifically of the Jefferson City Craigslist scene, we are going to evaluate more than 3. I think I looked at 3 or 4 in the last video. And you might think that that's a little narrow-minded, but we're going to look a little bit more narrow, or we're going to look a little wider this time. Instead of just trying to click through a bunch of listings, we're just going to look at, we're going to look for something fun. Something's got to jump out at me. We got to be having a good time. If we're not having fun and we're scrolling too much, we're moving on. So we're going to try to look at more than just 3 subcategories. We're going to try to hit like 5 or 6 without making a freaking 30-minute video, which I have not mastered that ability yet. I'm not I talk fast and somehow we don't move very fast. So we got to start with cars plus trucks. Already I'm probably 4 minutes into this thing. And let's see if we see anything good at all. Please, for the love of God. Okay, Jeep Comanche. This might not be super interesting, but I kind of like this. Okay, so first of all, people will block out. I think I talked about this in a different video. People will block out the license plate as if you can't see everybody's license plate when you're driving along. I don't know why they block it out online. Are they afraid of somebody in a different country getting a hold of that information? Maybe that's what it is. But usually when they do that, people will put the thumb up, the thumb of justice. They'll put the thumb over the license plate in the picture. This guy has got his own finger. Not only is it not his thumb, it's the index finger, and he's got it tilted this way. And you could argue that he might be revealing more sensitive information. He's revealing his fingerprint to you. He's blocking the license plate because he doesn't want you to get a hold of his vehicle registration information. But then the fool has revealed his fingerprint online for the masses to steal. I'm joking, but I still find that silly. He's doing it again. He got the finger this way, and it's a little dirty too. This is a man that works with his hands. He's been messing with that strap. And oh my gosh, he has exploded the seat with who knows what. A raccoon got in there and raccoon got in there and freaked out. You can't even see hardly. I mean, that's the sun, but like, how is that so dirty? And the battery looks like it's a 12-pack of beer. So, hey, but he's got the badges though. In case you want to swap those badges out, he's got badges. I use it as a farm truck. I don't know if it'll pass inspection. It probably needs some work done. You know what? That's fair. We're out here in Jefferson City, Missouri. People need farm trucks. And, a farm truck that has the seat that looks like it has been annihilated by a raccoon, that's probably ideal for a farm truck because you're dirty, you're baling hay, you are dealing with, well, I guess it depends on if you're agriculture. Somebody tell me in the I was about to say the chat. This is not live. This is comments. Somebody tell me in the comments, is Jefferson City agriculture primarily, what would you say, produce, crops? Is it primarily like crops, vegetables? Are they growing plants, or is it animal agriculture? Because that makes a big difference in what is going to be happening in that farm truck. Very interesting. Okay, so solid start. We're going to keep scrolling. I like that seat cover. It's a little ridiculous. Now, hey, straight up, this is kind of a sleeper. We're getting into for my car guys. Chrysler 300 all-wheel drive. For my guys who know, okay, so it's a V6. Here's the thing. Chrysler. Oh, I'm thinking of the Chrysler 400. I don't think 300s actually were a V8. Somebody else in the comments tell me, did they ever do a V8 in the Chrysler 300? Because I know I think the 400 has a V8, and so does the Chevy SS. And all-wheel drive. I mean, all-wheel drive with a V8. It's hard to find that. Maybe an Audi. Some of the older Audi S4s had V8s with all-wheel drive. Those things were nasty, but probably a lot of work to keep them running. That's kind of Audi's reputation. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of sick. I'll just say where I live, it's not normal to see listings of cars with just cranes in the background, or an American flag up there. That's pretty sweet. I mean, you'll see an American flag. I don't know why I said it like that, but this is just like all these listings just have a crane in the background. That's pretty sweet. I'm sure that's regular. I think that shadow's funny. We got a panel step van. Fellas, we might have to move on. Let's check out this Corvette real quick, though. 1968 Corvette Coupe. Is that one of the good years of Corvettes? Somebody tell me. I'm not really a Corvette guy. I like them. I just don't know. I'm pretty sure this body style is a C3. If I could get a picture of the car. Okay. Come on. Yeah, is that a C3? I think that's a C3. The interior is sweet. I mean, that is a clean interior. Look at that. Like, this looks somehow futuristic and old-fashioned at the same time, which I think is sweet. Not really a Corvette guy, but I still appreciate them. I think they're sweet. Oh, side note, this is completely unrelated to YouTube right now. I've got truck fever bad, and I don't have truck income to support truck fever. I guess I technically have truck income, but I don't currently have a car payment. And for those of you guys who somehow, by God's amazing grace, have made it to the point of life where you don't have a car payment, oh, dude, not many things feel as good as not having a car payment. That is basically, like, this sounds crazy to say. I would rather have no car payment than get a raise, depending on how big the raise is, if it's like a crazy raise. But think about this. Like, if you're making a car payment, even if it's spread out over years, if you're making a car payment and it's like, I don't know, $300 a month, $350 a month. A lot of times car payments are double that nowadays. It's crazy. That is a huge, huge boost to your income the moment that you're not burdened by that every single month. That's the equivalent of getting a raise. And not only is it technically better than getting a raise because it is more income coming in, it's also a reduction to your debt to income ratio. So yeah, you could just raise your income to make your debt to income ratio more favorable. But the fastest way to improve that, and from a credit score rating, is to just reduce your credit burden. So we're kind of going off on a tangent on that, but that feels amazing. Is that the entire listing? That is all of Cars Plus Trucks for Jefferson City. 59 listings. Fellas, do I need to expand the radius? I thought Jefferson City was big. Okay, now we got to look up the population of Jefferson City. Jefferson City, Missouri. We're going to share this tab. Okay, so it's 85 degrees there. It's pretty far away. Okay, all right. So for some reason, I thought this was a big city. Is this not the capital of Missouri? It is the capital of the U.S. state of Missouri. It had a population of 42,000 people in 2020. Yeah, I thought there was. I thought, hey, is Jefferson City worth visiting? Features include a gas chamber. What in the world? A dungeon and a prison for thought-provoking visit? Best things to do? This has got to be. That's the top attractions in Jefferson City. Features include a gas chamber. Am I allowed to read this? A dungeon and a prison wing for a thought-provoking visit. That's got to be out of context, but I'm not clicking on it. I'm just going to let it be that. That's what the Google has told me. Okay, so if that's what the population of Jefferson City is, what is the Missouri population at large? 6 million. Okay, so not a ton, but still, where are all these people? Not in Jefferson City. They're spread out. I messed up and I accidentally closed it out. When I was just trying to go back to this tab, we were on the Missouri population at large tab. I was trying to get back to the Missouri Jefferson City Craigslist tab, and I messed it up. Okay, so I think we should expand our search criteria just a little bit, if it's going to let me. Columbia, Missouri. What is going on here? Okay, here we go. We're going to do Jefferson City, Missouri, but we're going to expand it. Where are we at? 21 miles. We're going to do, let's get triple digits. Triple digits. But we've already looked at the cars. Do we go back to the cars? No, we gotta keep moving on. Let's see. Aviation. Do they got planes out there? They gotta have planes out there. Okay, we got a powered parachute. This looks pretty sick. This looks like, how does this go airborne? I guess it's got a parachute that hangs. Does it hang underneath of a parachute? Got to, right? For sale, 2002 POW Rush chute with totally rebuilt Rotax 582 Bluehead model 99, 0 hours. Unit is a 2-seater. Bring a friend up there. Fly by yourself, carry a passenger, or use for training students, or bring a payload. Can I say that on YouTube? Of course I can say that on YouTube. This is America. If you're an instructor and you need a virtually new trainer, this is it. All rubber hoses. One radiator molded hose was $100 plus all new plat. Why am I just reading this? I mean, that kind of cool. Looks cool. I just started reading. Sorry, guys. Let's keep looking for transport shipping case. It's a box. Here we go. Does it come with the human? That's not a very funny joke. But this person is sitting on the wing. Hey, this airplane kind of looked cool. It looks mean. It's got 101,000 hours on it. Again, comments. Please tell me, is that a lot? Is that nothing for an airplane? Okay, hold up. But tell me more about. So he's got the 370. I think that's a 370. All right. So actually, I'm more interested in the 370, which looks to be clean, than this airplane. Tell me more about that. I mean, and these airplanes got lots of buttons and knobs. That is a toddler's dream. Toddlers love buttons and knobs. So do I. Interior is an 8 out of 10. Just, don't let that detract you. 55K, you could be flying through the air in a red and white airplane. That is pretty sick. This guy's parting out a beach raft Bonanza. What a name for an airplane. A Bonanza. Pretty sweet. This guy's selling a feathering switch. He's got a knife. Let's move on. Motorcycles, photo plus video, RVs, sporting tools. Let's look at. Do we dare go into the discussion forums? No, we got to pick like LA. I think that's where the good discussion forums will be. Actually, it'll probably just be a bunch of people complaining about the housing prices, which I hear are insane in LA. Let's look at furniture. What are they selling in Jefferson City and the greater Jefferson City area? Furniture. So already this is just a little bit depressing looking. We got a workout bench. Guys, this sucks. I'm sorry I brought us there. That sucked. I couldn't do even 10 seconds in there. That was trash. What about materials? I didn't do any prep work. I didn't know what we were going to find. I'm just trying to give us a greater picture at large of what the scene for Craigslist is in Missouri City. So we've looked at cars plus trucks. We've looked at aviation. We looked at furniture. Let's look at materials. Let's see if they're just selling wood. Rocks for sale. Corner shelf. This is just stuff, dude. How's this materials? Used cabinets? Oh, gosh. Why did I click on this? Sink top and faucet. I mean, that's icky. Very good condition. I don't know that this qualifies as very good condition. That's debatable. I wouldn't say that's very good condition. I would say that's not very bad, but I mean, that's very yucky condition for sure. Materials kind of sucks. I was thinking it was going to be like they're selling rocks. Or, I mean, we got a 55-gallon barrel. Imagine putting Baja Blast in this. 55 gallons. By the way, I have used. If you were thinking this was unused, sorry to tell you, I have used. We've got lid, parenthesis, S, parenthesis, and sealing rings. I think he was just trying to do lids if you wanted more than one. And sealing rings for a 55-gallon barrel for sale had diesel in it. So he had some diesel in there. No barrel. Okay, now what's going on here? So he's selling the barrel but no barrel. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. $3 each, lid and ring. Oh, okay. Here's what happened, fam. If I had just read the title of the listing, lid and sealing ring for a 55-gallon barrel. So there is no barrel, as he said. It's just a used lid and sealing ring. He's got 4 rings and 2 lids with bungs. What are bungs? This is getting funnier by the second. This is the kind of stuff I was hoping I'd find. This is what I was looking for. We got a toilet. Let's see if he says he's used it. Probably, right? Took some dookies on this toilet. I mean, yeah, he's used it. There's some moisture, we'll say. We will be generous and just call it moisture. Has accumulated on that surface. Toilet small flush, 1.35 gallons with newer flushing valve, in good condition, no chips, worked when removed. So he performed on that toilet. He functioned on that toilet, and he's like, "Hey, this works. We gotta sell it." You got to test the toilet before you sell it. You're not going to sell a broken piece of equipment. It's kind of like a darned if you do, darned if you don't, because God forbid you sell a non-functional toilet. But also, how did you test and know that it was working? You tested it right before you sold it, didn't you? He didn't even let that thing cool off before he started taking it apart. All right, so we've been in here, and this sucks. Well, it doesn't completely suck. Doesn't completely suck, but it's not great.